What's up, guys? What's going on? This massive Carbon Z Cub SS, I haven't flown in so long. It's been like, what, 2 months now since I've flown it last, and it is a beast. Look at the size of this thing. I'm 6'4" or 194 centimeters. This thing is 2.1 meters wide. It is longer in terms of wingspan than I am tall. It is massive, and this thing weighs like 10 pounds with the battery in it. So we're gonna take this up, have some fun with it on the lake, see what we can do with it. But in the meantime, we're gonna cut here and then switch to my camera so you guys can hear me talk. Oh God, this thing's heavy. All right.
Different wing flaps 50.
Got the full span ailerons and the high-tech servos up in this thing, and the Motion RC light system that really makes it pop too in the daytime.
Snap flaps.
Get a little further out because we're just going to take off into a torque roll if I can. A little bit of a wind. Let's get out of it.
Wing normal.
This plane is one of the only planes that I own that legitimately frightens me because of that propeller and the amount of power that motor has. Being the Power 60 470 kV motor. I would lose an arm maybe, or get at least severe lacerations if this thing hit me or anybody else. So it takes a little bit more special consideration to fly it. You got to be really careful with where it goes, where it points, what it's going to do. It does an amazing knife edge Harrier though. Look at this thing go.
One minute.
Still a full speed pass right by Tony. Trying to get it to invert it flat spin, and it just doesn't want to do it. It's so slow. So we can do a nice 4-point roll in the sky. Yeah. Would have been perfect if I hadn't screwed up the last part. This thing is so powerful. It does amazing Poptop type maneuvers too. And it just sounds awesome when it's flying. I mean, you really got to get yourself one of these if you like Cubs. Look at the way it knife edges.
2 minutes.
Let's bring it in for a quick touch and go pass.
Full flaps.
Drop the flaps. Get it lined up. Trying to go for that one float touch, but didn't quite get it. Let's bring it up and do a flat spin. Snap roll first. Hold back elevator, full rudder, contrary aileron to make it flatten all the way up.
Flight pack 21.
Man, that sounds mad. Stay inverted. This is on a Z60C 4000 pack.
Flight pack 21.7 volts.
Wasn't sure where it was going to go, so got to be careful with how you fly this. There's 2 people walking around here. Love doing these hammerheads, stall turns, whatever you want to call them. You can make them even tighter if you reduce throttle as you go over the loop.
Flight pack 21.5 volts.
This thing's got so much power for days. Let's go up and try a quick rolling Harrier and a little higher up. A little bit of rudder, turn around the nose. Start away from the trees there. Yeah, it doesn't like to do it with floats. It takes a lot more finesse than I would like to admit. All right.
Full flaps.
Drop the flaps. Just let the plane glide down, then start pulling the elevator back as we get lower to the water.
Crow.
Drop the crow. See, as we start sinking immediately.
Flaps up.
Just an amazing machine.
22.9 volts.
Ran that battery down quick though. All right guys, we're taking the Carbon Z Cub SS right back up. This plane is just a beast with that power 60 470 kV motor and a 16x8 XOR prop. It's got power for days. All right, here we go. We're gonna take off into a hover a little bit further out because there's people running up behind me here and I don't wanna, if I run the risk of screwing something up, I don't wanna hurt anyone. Here we go.
Wing normal. 20 seconds.
It's not the easiest plane to torque roll.
30 seconds.
I think I'm gonna hit one of those birds if I'm not careful.
Full flaps.
We're gonna take off and try that again.
Thrust reversed. Engine normal.
Listen to the sound that thing makes.
Flaps
It's so mad.
Flaps.
All right, taxi over here. Love the way that thing looks as it taxis. Here we go.
Wing normal.
That's a much more stabilized hover. Look at the prop wash this thing kicks out. Oh, I came so close to those trees. I could see the shadow. Oh my gosh, that really, that messed with me a bit. Quick stall turn. See a snap roll. I'm just legitimately amazed that those wings don't completely taco when that maneuver is pulled off. The G-force that that thing has to be going through has to be insane. A little bit of rudder to turn the plane. Man, she has a serious yaw coupling issue with rudder. Getting a little too close to those trees, so I yanked it back.
2 minutes.
She's trying to stall on me. Don't stall on me.
22.2 volts.
This plane takes a lot of airspace to fly, so you got to like plan your maneuvers out in advance. I can only imagine what those drivers are seeing out there when they see this massive plane go by.
Full flaps.
Drop the flaps and do a nice slow flyby.
Flaps up.
Quick and a
3
knife
minutes. 22.7 volts.
All right, let's bring her into land and swap the batteries out, and then we're going to call it quits for the day.
Full flaps.
Drop the flaps, bring the crow out as soon as we level the wings.
Crow.
You can see it starts to sink.
Flaps wing normal. 23.2
All right, swapping
volts.
batteries and we'll come right back. And we're going to go straight into a hover takeoff.
25.1 volts. Wing normal. 4 minutes.
Need to fix the lights.
23 point nav lights cycle.
There we go. Fix the lights so they're not blinking like crazy anymore.
Full flaps. Crow.
Use the crow to slow her down real good.
Wing flaps up.
And we'll do a proper takeoff this time. Now we got our quick hover in. Realize all I do is hover takeoff. You guys never get to see what these things really look like when they do a correct takeoff instead of just immediately hovering. So let's do a nice scale takeoff. Slowly apply power till she gets onto the floats.
24.3 volts. Flaps up. Elevator flaps. Wing normal.
Let's try the Harrier mix again real quick. I haven't done that in this plane in a bit. Maybe I've learned something since then on how to properly Harrier this plane.
Elevator flaps.
Man, she does not want to do this.
23.6 volts. Wing normal.
Yeah, that Harrier mix
5
is
minutes.
basically useless on a plane this size.
Elevator flaps. Wing
Nope.
normal.
We're just gonna skip that. It's not gonna work, I don't think. Not for right now, anyway. I don't want it to go into a tree. All right, see if I can get her to do flat turns.
23.5 volts.
This is a little tougher to do than the Timber. It's a much bigger plane. Requires a lot more room to do this. Also very easy to screw up, as you can see.
.7 volts. Six minutes.
Chaining together some moves to make some interesting looking stuff.
.2 volts.
God, I think it sounds angry.
22.5 volts.
You guys couldn't see it probably because Tony zoomed in, but I got very close to those trees out there. I would have had about a half a second to react to that. Trying to get it to do a knife edge spin, but this plane does not want to do it for the life of it.
21.8 volts.
Part of the problem too is I'm running the battery down.
7 minutes. Full flaps.
Slow flyby.
Flaps up. 22.6 volts.
Got a confined space to work with here, but it's a nice aerobatic box to work with.
Full crow.
There we go. Calling it quits here.
Flaps up. 22.7
That was one heck of a
volts.
landing, man. Hey guys, really appreciate you watching. It would mean a lot to me if you could hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed what you're watching here. And maybe tell a friend too. We'll see you guys out there. Have a good one.